BBC Radio 1 Extra.
Boy.
Extra.
Yeah, so you're saying, man.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's a pleasure to be here as well. And before we start, congratulations.
Thank you.
The kitchen is out now.
Good morning. This is the Law Kitchen, live and direct.
We're here at a barbershop in North London, but there is actually a history behind this barbershop, isn't there?
Yeah.
Please, like, tell us why this particular barbershop.
I got the idea in the shop, man. Do you know what I mean? Neville, General, sitting there in the corner, in the corner there, like he, just a brother came in, talk about smash and grabs, and I was just sitting there. I was like, yo, I want to watch this film. Then I did a lot of research, realised they were getting paid £200, all that kind of stuff. What I was finding out, and then we actually shot the taster tape, January 2014 in this barbershop. So we're now January 2024.
You see it by yourself.
And like, me, Kidway, the producer, put £200 each. He was like, all right, let's just make a taster tape. Let's make a vibe. Like, we was tired of like sitting down, taking coffees and writing a film that no one has seen before. We wanted to show it. So then Nev blessed us. He closes the shop on Wednesday. We were able to use the shop. And yeah, so this is the centre point of the journey, to be honest.
And Nev is actually in the film as well.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
He told me to not cut him out of the deal when I paid him a bill. I said, I got you. Now look here, I got you, my girl. We're here.
Kane, let's talk about your role, because you had
paid me another 200 quid.
2 deals, yeah, 2 deals.
Friend of mine.
Some friend.
We gotta go.
You've had an amazing career music-wise, and then you stepped into acting in 2011. And, you know, it's now years later, and you're stepping out of your role as Sully.
How do you think we survived all this time?
Into a whole new, different role. Was that scary at all?
It was exciting. You know what I mean? To play someone new. Eventually, I'm getting out of this place myself. To also like prove to myself, you know what I mean, that I can, you know, do something different, take something else on, and just help, you know, Daniel and Kidway just tell the story that they've, you know, they've created and that they've worked on for so long. You've probably read or seen a trailer like that. What you see on the trailer was explained to me before. You know, it's going to be set in the near future, and it's about this community that ain't having it, and you know what I mean. And I saw the imagery put together in some document, and I was just like, yeah, this seems sick. You know what I mean? Like mad exciting, proper ambitious. You know what I mean? Like taking real London themes and like a British movie that clearly has like potential to be global. You know what I mean? It was exciting to me.
I definitely see that. And, you know, Daniel, I think you described it as, you know, the idea came from here, smash and grab, but it's way more than that, isn't it? Like, for people who may not have seen the trailer, how would you describe the kitchen?
The kitchen is about the self-sufficient community called the kitchen, and every single social housing community or estate has been kind of cleared out, and the kitchen hasn't. And they said no, you know what I mean? They just resisted. And it follows this guy called Izzy, played by Kane, who works at a funeral home, and he sees his ex has passed away, and then he goes to the funeral, and then he sees his ex has a son, and then it kind of goes from there. So it's kind of like, yeah, the idea came from here, and the original was kind of like Reservoir Dogs in the Barber Shop, but like when we really dug down deep into it, we just felt there was a lot of heart, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of things that we could say that have been unsaid within like our community and within London and within British cinema, to be honest.
What's this?
Pillow and a blanket.
This is a bag and a towel.
Yeah, well, things can be other things.
I think this question is for both of you, really, to be honest. You both made sure to represent Black British London in this film. And as actors and directors now in the world of film, are these the kind of stories that keep, you know, our history and existence alive?
Yeah, I think like, I mean, I've been on a long journey, and I'm still on that journey, and like as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, like, and understanding the power of stories. Do you know what I'm saying? It can really raise people's consciousness and actually really like, you know them tags back in the day, like Ty was here.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what this film is. You know what I mean? Like we was here, we exist. And I feel like there's archetypes that are in our communities that we just need to define. And like, and have narratives and have stories and go, it's not like, it's like we've done it and so then we've done it. No, it's like, come on, let's do it. Let's document our time, which I feel the music industry has done amazingly. Do you know what I mean? Since I was a teenager, documenting life. Do you know what I'm saying? And now there's hours like Home Sweet Home, Boy in the Corner, that is like, you remember that time, you remember the references and what they're talking about. It's like, it's a document. And so now with cinema, and we've had that with the Bullet Boys and the Kidult Hoods, but it's that thing where like, for me, it's like, how do we broaden that? How do we, as a generation, push that further and go for it? Do you know what I mean? And show that we can talk about universal themes while still being very specific and very accurate, very real and very authentic to what we're about, what our culture's about.
I feel like you represented a lot of cultures in this actually. Nigeria got represented via like a funeral joke.
That went. That joke went. That's the first time that joke went.
Yeah, okay.
I've never, that joke's never won. Like, oh,
yeah. It's mad when you watch the film like in different environments, you know, like you never get to see it with like a room full of people until it's that time, you know what I mean? So certain times people are laughing, you're like, oh, I didn't really see that as funny, or, you know what I mean? Other times brought my little cousin to the youth premiere the other day because we've done a youth premiere and like, she cried at the moment I think he was talking about earlier, like just to see people like having all these feelings and vibes, some intended and some not. It's mad, like you never know it's gonna go down.
One of my favourite references in the film is something it's a Kane ad-lib, yeah? And he goes, I mean, and a 9-9 on top of that. I was like, yo, what's kind of, like, went in and out of edit. I was like, we cannot, I had to fight to keep that. But it's because it's just that thing where like, well, people don't get it. And I'm like, well, you're not supposed to get it. When I was listening to Cameron, I didn't get half of it. But it's real, do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it will hit people differently because it's an undercurrent. I know you're Jamaican, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I know what's that. I know how to pressure you in a certain way. I know how to. You mean it's like that's what it's about. Like I felt that when I was on Black Panther, and then there was a scene between Chad and Mike, and then he said, and then Chad was like, Njideka. He called him by his African name, and then Mike said, "What's up?" What's up? And it reminded me of my childhood, like where like people speaking to me in my language. I'm like, yo, walk on.
I never yielded. And as you can see, I am not dead.
That would be something that would be the first thing to go if you need to shorten a scene, you know what I mean? But without like someone like you there, and obviously you're in a position of power in this, like you can say, no, we're keeping that, you know what I mean? So that's why it's like super important for us to be in the positions that we are, and especially you, with what you're doing, because you know, it'll just be some watered down version of us rather than just the true us, you know what I mean?
You're right, Mom. I'm sorry I haven't come seen you for a while.
We see you in a different kind of role.
I'm staying with Izzy now.
I feel like you're talking to a lot of people who may have just seen you as, you know, Sully in Top Boy, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, where you was like, I can have some fun, you know? Seeing you play a different role, but just also still be able to maintain that emotive, like you've got a very emotive face. Like, as you don't even, there's a scene where, I don't want to ruin it, but the whole scene is just your face. It's like the blood is leaving, the blood is like leaving, oh gosh, that's what it was, isn't it? Oh, as well, the directors, they might as well ask him. Do you know what I mean?
I've watched it a lot, bro. Had to fight for that scene as well.
No, it was like, what's next in terms of like Kane Robinson? Like, personally, I see you in a rom-com.
In a rom-com?
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know, I just was grateful to be a part of this, you know what I mean? And it's nice to see it come together and see people's reactions to it, and I think it's an important bit of film, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing it appeal to like older and younger people, but the younger people seem to be like really inspired after they watch it. You know what I mean?
In what way? What do you mean?
I think sometimes when you're from Britain, you're expected to do like, I know Daniel says it like, it's like minimal and you wanted to do maximal, you know what I mean? But I think that's inspiring to someone that's like, you know, looking at that stuff. And I just want people to know that they can be way more if they choose to be. Like all these boxes and you got to fit in that box and you can't do this, that's a thing of the past. Like that's done. Like we do it all.
What's happening?
Want to know what it's like, right?
It's just war.
The movie's out now. What do you want people to take away from the kitchen?
What I feel like it's funny, we did the youth premiere the other day, and the second one we had, it was like a bunch of kids, and they asked me the inspiration. I was just like, yeah, it's about like, you know, the dad that it doesn't exist in everyone's lives. Do you know what I mean? In the area, like everyone has that story or is close to that story, and it's about like just kind of, who is that guy? Why does he do that? How can we show compassion and forgiveness to that guy? And how does that guy get out of that space? Because I don't think he wants to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? He's just stuck in a pattern. So there's a part of that wants to start that conversation, but there's a large part of it goes like, yo, like I don't want to dictate it. You know what I'm saying? I want people to talk. I want people to figure it out. I want people to like, yo, this is what I think. That's why we're doing it for. That's what the whole Kane's acting style is like that. It's like, yo, like what's he thinking? Do you know what I mean? That's the tone of this. It's kind of like lean in. Show us you. You know what I mean? What how do you feel about it? I mean, this is what we think, and this is why, but the beautiful thing is if you own it, and you take it, and you go, and it starts conversation in your family WhatsApp groups, it starts conversation with people that you know from around the area, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that's got conversation that can be happening with this, because it's really a film about men that don't talk. So it's, for me, it's about, let's talk.
Well, I guess I just want to say congratulations again. Congratulations on your directorial debut, and congratulations on, you know, your new role in a new film. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I want part 2 personally. I think it could be a series. Yeah, hey, Nev's got to be in it. Nev's got to be in it. And can I go further and say, can we get a series?
Getting Kane for a series.
All right. So you're the
I'm not the problem.
Hey, well, seriously. 8 months.
It was hard enough. It was hard enough as it was.
Was it?
Oh my God, I'm sure Daniel never worked so hard in his life.
Wow. Fasting and praying.
We'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens.
Okay. 100k comments on socials and you do a series. Is that? No? Yeah? 100k! 100k!
No chance.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna hold you to that.